Hey there, my name's Chris. This is my van Gypsum, and she's a 2014 Ram ProMaster 3500 on a 159-inch wheelbase. So I'd always wanted a van. I'm a big skier, climber. Well, I used to climb, but I don't really climb as much anymore. And mountain biker and all that jazz. And so obviously, especially for skiing, having a van is sweet. COVID hits and I just kind of magically end up on a family friend's property out in Durango, 80 acres alone in a yurt for about 4 months with like 19 horses. It was amazing. And then I got back to Boulder, you know, life kind of pulled me back. And there was so much noise, I was super overwhelmed. And I was like, holy cow, I just need to get out of all this and just like be on my own. And within 2 weeks, I just decided, all right, screw it, I'm getting a van. And then 5 weeks from there, I was driving off and living in my van. So it was a super quick process and something I've always dreamed of. And you know, if not now, then when, right? Being a big skier, it was really important to me to be able to take a nice hot shower and have some hot cocoa after a long day. But I also wanted this thing to feel spacious too and didn't want to have a fixed shower. So I've got kind of a portable shower set up right here in the entryway. So underneath this mat here, there's kind of a drain you can just take up. And basically I've got a small pet pool with a drain that I fixed to it. And just, you put that pet pool right here. There's a quick connect hose here with hot and cold water because I got a 2.5 gallon electric hot water heater in the back. So that's really great. So that hooks up right there. And then up on these rings up here, I just connect some shower curtains, and setup time is like, you know, 2 minutes, and I've got a hot shower, which is really great. So, just takes about like 2 minutes to set up. You can kind of leave it hanging, you know, overnight too, and kind of put it a little bit out of the way. And with the heater on at night, it dries up pretty fast and it's kind of out of the way, so you can still do all your cooking and get ready for bed. This area may be the best spot in the van. It kind of can do everything, which is really nice. So, you know, working a 9-to-5 job back in the day, it was really great to just work here, super comfortable seat. And then on the flip side of it too, you know, when I'm cooking or if I'm doing dishes and need to dry them off, it's really nice to be able to have this as a countertop too. And it's also removable to get it out of the way really easily. And you have the walkway back. Water system, sink. I love to cook. That was really important to me. So I really want to have a nice deep sink for doing dishes, plenty of water. Wanted to be, you know, as autonomous as possible. So got a butcher block countertop, if you can't tell. I like having wood in here a lot. So having that's great. Got a nice deep sink here. We got this faucet that's got cold water running from 25 gallons of fresh water. And it's electric pump, which I'm really glad that I went with. And then underneath the sink, we've just got 7 gallons of gray water. And so far, it's worked out great. Well, yeah, like I said, I love to cook, and so wanted a big, spacious kitchen. We've got a ton of drawers here, so we got, you know, plates and bowls. We got the utensil drawer. We got s'mores and food in here. Big coffee guy too, so you gotta have the coffee in there. And then this is like the best drawer, and I recommend it to everybody. You gotta have a big drawer to fit your big pots and pans in there. It's so convenient. I'm so glad I did it that way. Speaking of big, I went with a truck fridge TF130. I can fit like a week and a half's worth of groceries in here, which during COVID was like really important to me. Didn't want to go into grocery stores all the time. And if you try hard enough, you can just about slam a Ben & Jerry's in there, which is, you know, crucial, absolutely crucial. But yeah, I got the propane cooktop up here, a little extra safety, so we got a on-off switch for the propane. I love cooking with gas, and so had to have it. And then making things convenient, I've got a nice little spice rack here. So love having that, love having the visual out and about. And then over here, you know, gotta have some music going while you're having fun, making some good food. Like I said, like to have space, so I want to have a lot of storage up here. I also wanted to kind of try my best to make the van as sustainable as possible, reuse some materials and things like that. I actually went to a spot locally called Resource Central here in Boulder, Colorado. And all these faces were just one big sheet that they were selling for $6. And so I cut it up, and that was all the drawer faces, which was really great. And so it's really convenient. Got tons of storage for gear, snacks, food, and obviously clothes, which have been awesome. So this is the little kitchen dinette area situation. And so I got the Lagoon table, the swivel table here, which is so convenient. I love having this thing, so 2 people can share a meal right here, which is really nice. And then when I'm driving, all I gotta do is push it here. It's out of the way, it doesn't move. In both of these benches, we've got plenty of storage. That bench is what holds the shower setup and situation. And then over here, I got this door to the garage, which is really great. You know, especially when the weather's not good, like in the winter, I want to be able to get all of my gear, access everything that's in the back without having to go around and open up the back doors, lose all the heat. So having a big, spacious door was one of my best decisions for this van. Obviously, heat's really important to me, so I got the Propex situation heater over here, which has been really great. No problems with it at all. I've absolutely loved it. So that sits under here. Also in this cabinet, I've got a WeBoost, which I thought about for a while. I don't know if I want it or not. I ended up getting it, and for working remote on the road, it's been so clutch. So really happy I got that. Here I got the raised fixed bed. The reason why everything in this van was basically designed around making sure I could fit 2 bikes in the garage. So that's why the bed's this height. This is why it's out this much. I made sure that the way that I framed out the walls could get me a full-size mattress here. So I'm 5'10". I can sleep, you know, width-wise of this van, no problem, which is really great. Got some LED lights over here, which are really nice for going to bed at night, kind of trying to tone things down. And then in the back there, I've got the 12-volt Sirocco fan, which has been really great. I was like, is a fan really worth $100? And I decided just like trust it. So glad I did. Definitely worth it. And got a thicker mattress here, which I absolutely love. I literally, like, the best sleep I ever get is in the van. It's so dark in here. It gets a little cool at night. Really comfortable mattress. And then I really made an effort to like fortify this thing in terms of insulation. I wanted to add more after being in it for a few months. And here in Boulder, I found a local rancher that raised sheep. And so I talked to her, and she had all this wool from her sheep, and she showed me how to wash it, clean it up, and then I threw that into the walls and kind of added as supplemental, and it really makes this thing perfect for winter. This is the garage. As you can tell, it's pretty big. But ultimately, I mean, like, everything that's in here is, one, the reason why I wanted the van in the first place, and is what the van was designed around. Most obviously, we got both of my bikes in here, so I can fit a large frame 29-inch mountain bike and my gravel bike in here, which was, you know, had to happen. In addition to that, I got my skis over here on the side. I got my crash pad in here. I've got camp chairs, some treads, and then a ton of extra gear here too, you know, skiing, climbing, biking stuff. And then room for shoes here too, which has been super great to have just a dedicated spot for that. And then the other thing is that when I was building out the bed frame and everything, I just kind of noticed, like, all right, well, I've got this like extra space here. It would be cool if I could do something with it. So basically, I just made little cubbies up here, and this is really great. You know, when I'm going to bed at night, I can throw some water here. I got a wall outlet here, so I can charge my phone when I'm sleeping. Obviously, thrown a ton of books up here, which is really nice to just have a dedicated spot for books. So that has been a really nice little touch. Yeah, when I bought this thing, I bought it from someone that had done kind of their own DIY build, but it was super minimal. It was also kind of halfway done, and it was a really weird build. So what I ended up doing was basically completely gutting it. Just went along and tried to transform the van into something that was exactly what I wanted and exactly what I needed, you know, kind of making those tweaks along the way. So I really loved that process. After building this van, I got really into building furniture and furniture design and things like that. And recently just started my own van building company. So I'm trying to help people out who are kind of on a budget and want to buy a van that's maybe already built, a little rough around the edges, and kind of make it their own and you know, add new things to it, like adding cabinetry, things like that. So really stoked on the new business and still building some furniture and stuff like that. Cool, thanks for checking out the van, really appreciate it, hope you liked it. If you want to follow along with the van builds and everything like that, you can follow me on Instagram at Dicot Designs, and hope to see you out on the road and out on the trails. Peace.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.